Namaste, my friend. Welcome to Bhakti Yoga Conference, Grace in an Age of Distraction. My name is Happy Jack, the founder of Happy Jack Yoga and a Master Divinity student here at Harvard. And it's really our honor and privilege to bring together beautiful voices from the yogic tradition, the Bhakti tradition, people who are really living this. Well, actually, those who are studying it, scholars, and those who have been living it for many decades. Which is the case. Actually, today's guest is both. He's got the Ph.D. in yoga philosophy and has been living it for 40 plus years. And really our intention, our wish is to share ideas and to share different perspectives to help us as we move forward in our spiritual path. As of this moment, over 3,800 participants have registered, and we're so grateful to have you here on the journey. We're getting so much feedback from those watching the recordings and those who are live with us in Zoom. We appreciate your presence as well. We'll have time at the end for Q&A. So if you have any questions, anything on your heart, please share that, save that for the end. I'm going to spotlight our dear esteemed guest while I say a few words. Please welcome to Bhakti Yoga Conference, Dr. Yogrishi Vishvketu. He is a world-renowned yoga teacher trainer, celebrating over 25 years of offering spiritual guidance. He has empowered more than 7,000 yoga teachers globally, including me, and founded 2 transformative ashrams in northern India, the Anand Prakash Yoga Ashram and Retreat Center, and the Akanda Shri Jungle Yoga Ashram and Retreat Center, dedicated to nurturing authentic yogic well-being and sustainable living. A dedicated yogi, philanthropist, author, and householder, his infectious laugh and profound wisdom continues to inspire countless practitioners to walk proudly on their own path. I love that. And just to share a few words about Vishvaji. So we first met in 2012. I had taken a one-way flight to India, searching the deeper purpose of yoga, and was all over the place. I didn't know where to go. I was in Kerala, I was in Kashmir, all over. And eventually I landed in Rishikesh, and I landed at an ashram called Anand Prakash Yoga Ashram, which Vishvaji founded. And it touched my heart. And I knew, although I was only there at that time, maybe for a month, I knew that I would be back. And in 2015, we did just that. I came back for a few months and participated in the 300-hour yoga teacher training with Yogrishi Vishvketu. And I'd previously done, 300-hour and 500-hour yoga teacher training in power yoga, but this was really my first deep dive into the traditional practices as they were intended from India. And I fell in love. As his bio says, his laugh is infectious, such joy, such bliss. And it really resonated with me. And so now anytime we go to Rishikesh with our groups, so we've brought groups to his ashram, we visited his ashram, and truly we're so grateful to bring Yogrishi Vishvketu to Harvard Divinity School Bhakti Yoga Conference. Our title of today's session is Releasing Fear, Living Consciously with Devotion. My friends, if you are ready to get started with our esteemed speaker, please throw your arms in the air and loudly chant, Haribol. Beautiful. That will just get you off of mute. Vishvaji, if you just hit the unmute. We're so happy to have you here with us. I will open with a question, but if you would, well, maybe first just welcome. We're so happy to have you here with us.
Namaste to everyone. I'm very honored to be in this part of this beautiful conference and online program. And thank you, Happy Jack Yoga. And it is just so wonderful to see how this technology can do for good thing. This is for me, sometimes people talk, this is bad, this is bad, this is this. Yes, it's really things. But depend how we are using. That is in the middle part, the living consciously. How you are using these possibilities to improve your well-being. So that's what is happening. We're doing the conference. Everyone is in different cities, different country, different time zone, different time, and we all is talking. This is the power of the technology. So, and thank you to be in the timing, being here. I just want to let you know a few things. English is my second language. Sometimes I speak English. So if something something I'm saying you not understand, please feel free to ask me again. Even you can correct my English. I don't mind. So it is just like we are sharing the wisdom and talk each other. Is not really lecture and that. I believe in the Upanishad system. Upanishad system, you living and you learning. Mhm. That's how the Upanishad system is become. You living consciously with the master, and that's how you learn things, how you bring information or wisdom into your day-to-day life. I am very big fan into collecting information is one thing, but you have to live it. If you're not living it, it's just like buying lots of things and putting in your home and not using them. So, and filling your space. If you fill your space, there is no space for other things. So let's, can you
We,
hear?
we can hear perfect. I love it. It was such a beautiful opening and context. And if you would share an invocation with us to really set the mood.
Perfect. Let's sitting straight, eyes closed, palms in Namaskar Mudra or hands to your knees, whatever you feel comfortable. And few deeper breathing. Longer exhale, longer inhale. Just couple more time, longer exhale, longer inhale. And just add one more thing with this. Continue doing this, longer exhale, longer inhale. And adding thing is smiling. Longer exhale with a smile, longer inhale with a smile. And that is your mantra for next 1 hour. Breathing with a smile. Couple more time, happier. You're doing really good. I can feel it. Let's do one more time. Longer exhale with a smile. Longer inhale with a smile. Palms in Namaskar Mudra. Or continue hands on your knees. Chanting Three Om, then I will chant a mantra. Inhale. 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 We're chanting 4 mantras. Some of you Akhand yogis know those mantras. Please, you're welcome to join me. Om Astoma Sadgamaya Tamsoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityormya Amritam Gamaya Om Bhurabhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मोक्ष्यमामृता। ॐ अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। वन ओम थ्री शांति। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Softly rubbing your palms. And keep your palms on your eyes. And just feel beautiful light, middle of your forehead in Agya Chakra. And feel this light is traveling all over in you. With that feeling, gently remove your palms and softly open your eyes.
That was beautiful. I sorry to jump in. So beautiful. And just before we completely turn over to you, Vishvaji, a question that we love to ask our speakers, just so we really get to know you. I know you. Many don't know you yet. Could you share a little bit what brought you to your spiritual path? What brought you to your yogic path? You know, we see this great Himalayan master. He's been doing this for many decades and written books and has a Ph.D. in yoga, which is incredible. And of course, you were born in India. But what brought you? How did you end up on a yogic path?
Very good question. Thank you for asking this. This is something is karmic. Something is come from the karmas. Because what I believe, every person is in this world is spiritual. Sometimes people have opportunity to, they get the good environment, they get the good satsang, and then they start to developing from there. But every single person are looking for well-being. Every single person are looking for to be happy. But how to be happy, that is different. Everyone have that different way to be happy. Sometimes people in doing the Rajasic form of the action, and they think they are happy, but they don't really the result what would be happen. But some people have the want to be happy in tamas form, and they think that is happiness for them, but that don't is stable. But there is a sattvic way to finding the happiness, and that is the come the spirituality, to learning the self-realization, knowing yourself, living consciously. So that is for my understanding and what I believe, every person is a spiritual person, and everyone is looking for well-being. Everybody is looking for to be happy. Everybody is looking for to be healthy. But some people are lucky, they find the path easily. For me, that's what is happened. So I have some previous life sanskaras, karmas. I born into the particular family, and from my family, my uncles was yogis. One is left his body, and two still exist. So from their influence, and also my parents, my father was Ayurvedic doctor, and they were doing the all spiritual practice. So I grew up with that type of the things. And what my previous sanskaras, my karmas, They're just unfolding from there. When I was about 6, 7 years old, so lots of information was coming already to me. For until 4 years, I did not talk. I was in my silent. My parents thought I am mute. But something happened to my previous life, my body, and I could not complete my silent for few years. So I had to complete my 4 year silent in this lifetime. And then one day I suddenly started speaking. My parents was very, oh, he's not mute. And my father was a Ayurvedic doctor. As you know, doctor like to try everything. They try everything, but that was not a purpose. And I was just sitting quietly and observing things. That's was my whole I start, and then later I start to get very involved and to this practice. So that's how I came into this practice.
Wow. Very inspiring. Just your average childhood. No, very, very, very special. Thank you for sharing, Vishvaji. We'll turn it over to you. I know you've got some beautiful ideas to share with us, and then as it feels right, we'll take some Q&A. So
Perfect.
please.
So here is the this talk or discussion is about the releasing fear, living consciously with devotion. These all three goes very well each other. They support each other. So first thing what I believe, fear, frustration, anger, all those things are not so bad what people think. I look in different way. Let's for the fear. Fear is interesting. Fear means is giving me information. That's how I'm getting uncomfortable. So this body, human being, is so developed, sensory level, intuitive level, they can collect lots of information. They have the full understanding their past, present, and some people also can experience and feel is future. So fear for me is giving the information, and that information now how I am taking it. If I am taking that information is like a blockage, then I am blocking my intuition system. Or that information is coming, I am realizing on the conscious living level of my consciousness, because we collect lots of information. So our brain is only able to process information about 5-7%. 95% of the what my sensories are collecting information is not processed or not recognized. So for me, the fear is the information, is giving you information. Now how I am taking it, that's my responsibility. How I am developed internally, that is my responsibility. And that fear also can tell your safety for your future and present. So I'm giving you one example, a story. When I was very young, I went into the Gurukul. Gurukul means is the traditional system where people learn authentic and traditional yoga system. So I was about 12 years old. And We were living in the jungle. It's just forest. There was not much things. So we had to go early morning to walk every morning. That's one of the first things. You wake up, you drink water, go to the walk by the river, and all of that. So one day, what happened? I wake up, and there was not many other students with me, and it was the month of summer, and I was just alone, waking up, and it's about 5 a.m., 5:15 something. So I was just half awake and half walking, sleepy and walking towards the river in mountains. So there is when you go to the river, so like is a downhill path, downward path. But there was a U-turn, like a U. I was just going down and I heard something, some little noise in the bushes. So I thought is not much. I thought nothing, something just happening. But when I heard, I'm hearing a little bit more. But when I came into the U-turn, I saw something. It just wake up my every system. I saw a panther. And that's his pathway to go up into the mountain. And that's my path to go down for my morning practice and ritual. So then what happened? We both were surprised. We both we able to hear information. There is just something, that information was there. But I had not enough awareness to collect that information. May there be, could be the wild animal. So then what happened? For about 2-3 seconds, because my body will totally got very shocked, and we look each other in the eye. so so I got freeze, he got surprised, and then we look in the eyes each other, and then it's take like maybe 3 seconds and 4 seconds. He jump in the other bushes and I run back. So then what happened? This is build up the trauma and fear in the body. So when the fear is happen, so body get contract. It create the contraction in the system. And that contraction, if doesn't release, it start to holding the toxic. You got what I'm saying? So body start to hold toxic. When that happen, so body are very intelligent. If body have the fear or something like that, suddenly it comes and body process and release. You go in deep yoga nidra or do the deep good sleep, body, it heals itself. But if it's not healing it's become a memory of this body. That's where this fear and stress is become a problem. Fear comes, stress comes, no problem. Body can heal it if he's releasing it. But if he's not releasing, if he's getting collecting on it, that will create the problem. So that's what happened to me. After that accident or surprise, so I'm not able to go to bathroom. So I have to take the different medicines and things to start to go into the bathroom, because body went into that contraction, fight and flight mode. And in that fear mode, everything is closed. but now don't know how to release it. Don't know how to release it. So what I'm telling with this story, so if we know fear is a giving information, now how we are processing that information? We taking a action on that information, or we just can't do anything with that. Mhm. And then is the all these things, releasing fear, living consciously with devotion. That thing is comes here. So when you release things, that's okay. But yoga practice have many beautiful tools to release it. Mhm. Yoga practice have many beautiful tools to release, especially when this is fear is become in your body, and body start to holding that information is become trauma. When it's become a trauma, your fear or your information, you were not ready to process that information, that become trauma, and that trauma is interfere your four things. Autonomic system. One is your breathing cycle change. When you are living in the fear, your breathing cycle is changed. It means there is some information has been not processed, or my body is holding, or my body is reacting, my mind neurologically is reacting with that information. Second thing, your sleeping cycle is disturbed. If that is happening, it means fear has been into my system and is not releasing. Third thing, my digestion get disturbed. When that fear is in your body and is holding in, you are holding it, has not been processed, that means some degree my digestion system is disturbed. And fourth one is my body is start to hold toxic. So these are the four symptoms. If my body is holding fear, so some people have symptoms, one of them, and some people have all of them. And the way we are living in this life, or in this world, there is a loss of hidden fear, loss of pressure. Hidden fear is direct fear and hidden fear. And that fear is can be released with Bhakti Yoga, devotion, surrender. Sometime that is here I'm talking about the surrender. Surrender is not a weakness, surrender is the strength. Write down that. Surrender is not weakness, surrender is the strength. Mhm. But between releasing fear and surrender, there is a one is the consciously. You have to have enough conscious, your level of the awareness, collecting information, have to be that level you are aware where I need to surrender. Something is happening, let's say something happening, my body is collecting information and his fear is there. Fear means I'm collecting information. Mhm. Now this fear, I need to look consciously, that is the actually, can I do something it, or I can't do anything with it. Mhm. Or this fear is become my habit. My mind is now is become so involved, because everything you can't logically or intellectually work in this world. Mhm. Everything you can't work intellectually and logically, especially when it's come the healing purpose, individual healing. There is a something have to beyond of it. And going beyond of it, devotion. Just give the break to the brain. Sometimes brain is just my thoughts, my mind is become so chatty, even not let seeing the reality. Not let allow you to see the reality. But if you give the break somehow, you can chanting, you can do the pranayam, you can do the meditation, you can do the yoga nidra practice. There is many tools to just give the break to your mental stage, and then thing can be solve the problems or you find the solutions. So for me, is fear is not a problem. Problem is how we are taking it. Mhm. Do are enough evolve to understand, or we just reacting? So there is a, I also talk about so much about the action and reaction. When you are yourself, you are acting, you're doing the action. When you are not yourself, you're on the mode of reaction. And most of the people are the reaction is coming from the fear base. Loss of reaction is happening because just fear, I will lose this, I will lose that, and things, they how we are present ourselves, how we talk, and this. There is a loss of reaction is coming because of the fear. But when we are ourselves, no matter which source you come from, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, so that is no matter from which source you are used, and when you are yourself, you act, you make better choices, you make the better processor. So I also call this body is like a processor. This body is collecting lots of information, like a 95% of information, even we are not aware. Imagination how much information this body is collecting from the space. Best sensor and collecting information tool in the world, this body. And only 5% we able to process. So fear, I'm just talking a little bit more, and then we will talk a question and answer if you're welcome to. So fear for me is a informing us, and some degree is our intuition is involved in it. The devotion for me is the strength, surrender. Devotion means it does surrender, strength. When you surrender to something you believe in, and then rest of is Hari Om, carry on. Things will happen in the life. Some will say things will not happen, anything, bad things and this thing. I don't believe that. Always things will happen in the life. And just we need to be enough, develop individually. And individual develop the society and the community and the all world things. Collective consciousness is developed from, but is start from the individually. Sometimes, oh my God, world is doing this. Let's start from individually. Don't worry too much about the world. Just make yourself better. world will be better. Mhm. Sometimes it's too much is become world. I want to make whole world to better. Well, don't worry about whole world. Just be a little bit selfish. Make yourself better. You are part of this world, and world will be better. Mhm. Yes, and uh, so that's it. The releasing. Same thing. Devotion is the strength for me, and if the conscious living is comes with your practice, there is no other way. You do your practice, do things with your awareness, and that is develop the awareness. You start to tune with your intuition, thoughts, and action. When you tune with that intuition, thoughts, and action, then this fear things is become actually helpful to protect you. Fear thing is to protect you, not to go to worry about it. Mhm. So, and there is a lots of wonderful practice tool. Pranayam is really good if someone is very not sure what to do with that this mind. Do breathing immediately. Anyone says I can't stop my mind. You just do the 5 minute breathing, can stop it mind for a few seconds or for few minutes. Mhm. And chanting, excellent practice. So these are the simple things. Let's talk. If you have something you want to ask and talk, and let's talk. Mhm.
Beautiful. I love it. Thank you so much, Vishva. We're sending our love, gratitude, appreciation to Vishva Ji.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah, just so beautiful. We'll open it up in a second. I just want to reflect. You opened with the invocation, Tamasoma, with the Gayatri mantra, the Triambakam, and it brought me right back to, when we're at Anand Prakash Yoga Ashram, and such a beautiful sadhana, a practice that we have there is every day, 365 days a year, in the morning, we do the Agnihotra and we're
Yes.
and we're chanting those mantras and it just brought me right back to that moment. And I remember, during the training 10 years ago now, it goes quick. And every day we were offering the ghee and the herbs to the fire. And I remember making an intention because there was qualities about myself that I didn't love. Sometimes I was a little bit judgmental or a little bit critical of others, and I didn't like that about myself. And every day I intentionally let go of criticism and judgment. I just made that decision. And I remember, at the end, a few months later, I met my friend Hanna at the airport in Delhi. And I mean, and what first she thought I was Jesus. One, because I looked a little bit like you. I had the hair and the beard, but there was about the qualities as well. And unfortunately, now I'm back in the Western world and I've lost those qualities. But living in that ashram and doing those practices so consistently every day, it really is purifying. And so thank you for that just little short taste you gave us. And I wanted to ask about, and you did start talking about it, about different sadhanas, but I was curious about, in order to cultivate devotion and surrender, are there certain sadhanas, certain practices that will help us cultivate and deepen those? You definitely mentioned pranayama and chanting and meditation and yoga nidra, beautiful. Yeah, and I guess are there certain well, I love you gave us the distinction of, pranayama very helpful to calm the mind. Are there certain practices that would help cultivate devotion and surrender?
Mhm. So yeah, for I like in our Rishikesh ashram, you're very welcome to visit anyone and want to practice and learn yoga and Vedic system. So we do every morning Agnihotra,
Mhm.
last 18 years without missing. Mhm.
Mhm.
And Agnihotra is like a fire ceremony, fire prayer. So this is the prayer for the all five elements. Like a fire, when you do the make a fire, it means it have to be all five elements there to be fire. Mhm. Other fire is the symbolic of the transformation. Fire is the symbol of the light. Fire is the symbol of the uplifting. Fire never goes downward.
Mm.
It always goes up. When this fire is lighting up, and you practicing to transforming, you never go backward. Every day you are upgrade. Every time you updating your software. Other thing is for me, yogis, it depends on the party time. If someone tell me I'd like really even night parties, I can tell what is happening that person. Mhm. And if someone says that my party is happening in the morning, so I can also tell the person's level of the awareness. So yogis parties start in the morning. Mhm. You do your pranayam, you do your chanting, you do your prayer, and you are ready for the world, whatsoever it comes. Mhm. Yogis party in the morning and Rajas parties in the night. If you want to live in the yogic party, a yogic lifestyle, you start to make your part in the morning. Mhm.
That's
Yes,
beautiful.
that's the one thing. It just change your whole thing. It change your habits, change your breathing, change your level of the energy. It is change your digestion system. It just, if you wake up early morning, it change your digestion system. It's change your breathing, change the color of your skin. So that's the another practice for well-being to involve in there. Mm. So your morning practice. So happy you asked me to for the what other things. Breathing, it is a big subject on the when we people talk about the breathing. Lots of fairy things is happening on the base of breathing. People have no idea what's the breathing. Yogis has talk about it. So there is a breathing. You work to purification. You work to activate your particular area or particular energy. Because when breath goes in, it's divided into the five forms: pran, apan, saman, vyan, udan, in five different directions. But now I need to know which direction I need to spend or to work on it. So if you just, I'm just sit down and just doing breathing without knowing the foundation, that can be danger. Mhm. So like you need to open the your pran vayu, and I am working on the my apan. So that is not going to be do very well things. Mhm. Or then the my nostril are is blocked. If my right nostril more active and I'm doing the active breathing, so it means I am raising the fire in me. Mhm. And raising fire without knowing can be problem. Same thing if is the my lunar, my left nostril breathing is more active and I'm doing the breathing things, people calling breath work, I can go in depression. It's the lunar breathing. Or I can become so creative I can't even sleep. Mhm. So there is have to be understanding, but the basic things like a Kapalbhati is a really good practice for just cleaning up and grounding. Next practice is a Brahmari, like this. Mm, very safe. It has no side effect. And it's so good, so good. Very simple. It work on your whole sound vibration system. Is work on your throat chakra, releasing all repressive emotions, releasing all frustrations, and releasing your anger, releasing stress from the cellular level, releasing the trauma from your body. That is the power it have this sound. Brahmari. This is really good for the balancing your hormones, serotonin and melatonin. Really good for to improve the your sleeping. It is really good for insomnia. It is very simple, very powerful. Mhm. And it allows you to meditate, calm your mind, thoughts, emotions. So that's another practice. Another not have side effect, alternative nostril breathing. Inhale left, exhale right, inhale right, exhale left. Mhm. So it have no other side effect. So, but if you want more to know, you can come to Rishikesh or you can go to the akhandyogaonline.com. There is a whole programs, online programs. Pranayam, yoga nidra, meditation for beginners. I can type the, maybe Happy, could you type the?
Yeah, and what I'll do, because there's just a smaller number here, underneath this recording, we'll share a link to Akhanda Yoga Online and the ashram and your Instagram. We'll make sure.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you can do that one practice. And then Bhakti Yoga, you chant whatever is the relation. Hare Krishna mantra is very powerful for the mental level. Om Namah Shivaya mantra is very powerful. Grounding you, connecting to the all five elements. Mhm. So depend what is going, just you need the little information and then you are good. Yes, Sarah,
I
and
love
they
that.
have
Yeah, we'll get Sarah and George on here. Thank you so much for that, Vishvaji. And I'll just say
the,
for those who have done trainings with us, you'll recognize some of those practices. Kapalabhati, Brahmari, alternate nostril, inspired
yes.
by Vishvaji, of course. Sarah and George, welcome.
Yes.
Hi.
Namaste.
Hi.
So we've got two kind of questions, and there's maybe linked. The first one is, if in your personal practice, if you were really really busy, and
Yes,
there was only one thing you could do today,
yes.
what would you do?
Very good question. People come this question ask me over 1,000 times.
Yes. Go for
You're
it. Go
very
for it.
practiced at answering it
Yes.
then.
Come and tell me, Guruji, tell me what I can do in 5 minutes. I will tell you what you can do in 5 minutes.
Okay.
You know, active cat. I will
Yeah.
show you.
Yeah.
You come into the like in table
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and just you do the you inhale up. You do for 3 minutes, come into the child for 2 minutes. Your 5 minute is done. So what you done in here, in this, it is very simple. You activate the whole spine.
Right.
All 33 vertebrae you activating in that one.
Mm.
There is the whole nerve system is going through it. So you're activating your whole neurological system. You activating your sympathetic, parasympathetic system. You activating your psoas muscles. You're working on your respiratory system. You are working on your lungs. You're working on your stamina. You cleaning up your sinus. You're working on the all gland system. You're working thyroid, parathyroid gland, thymus gland, adrenal glands, and you're working on your whole digestion system. If it's preventing constipation, improving your digestion system, it is just so simple and so good, and working on all 7 major chakras.
Sounds
Wow.
good. Sounds good.
That was a very succinct answer.
I like
so
it.
what's your
I
other
like it.
question
My
now?
other question was looking back over your spiritual journey. Was there a single event or something you did where you felt personally that your spirituality had suddenly accelerated?
Yes, I did the single one event. I don't know, I understand, but my parents did understand. You can't hold him here. When I was 8 years old, I ran away from home.
Right.
to be to become a Baba.
Ah.
So but I already recognize that, but my parents definitely understood you can't hold him in there, because I wanted to go to the traditional ashram to educate myself in that system. But they, after that, they said we have to send him. Actually, I was only 6 years old. I jump in the train
Right.
Oh, wow.
and I have no ticket, I no money, and I end up in one temple.
Mm.
Mm.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's a strong calling then.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Thank you. That's
Beautiful.
fantastic.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Sarah and George. We're sending our love, high vibes over to Kent, UK. Great questions. Let's see. And if others come up, please raise your virtual hand or get our attention in the chat. I mean, one thing we like to ask Vishvaji, I mean, you answered it there with there's like something like the 5 minutes. That's like a non-negotiable. Everybody can find 5 minutes. What would you've worked with thousands, over 7,000 yoga teachers now, and way more than that, spiritual seekers. What what would you really wish for us if you could speak to us and speak to our soul, and for just a moment, if we were able to calm the chatter and actually hear you and hear what your teachers have shared with you, what would you wish for us? What, I mean, in one sense, what is the purpose of life? Why are we here? What, yeah, maybe you just might speak to some of us and wake us up a little bit. Help us wake up, please.
There is many questions.
Yeah, sorry.
So, what's the purpose of the life? What's the purpose of the life? To complete your karma and sanskaras and get mukti, get enlightened. Mhm. So, this life is the completing our karma and sanskaras. One thing. Second thing, what my teacher says to me, so your sadhana or your yoga practice is not start from the mat, it start from your kitchen. Fix our diet. Mhm. Mhm. What I believe if you're spending 1 hour of the day to doing yoga practice and meditation, pranayam and all of that, you are really good for 23 hours. You charge every day for 1 hour, you are good for that. And that's the best, fastest charger in the world. Like at these phones, right? This is my guru. Okay, so this phone is take maybe 2 or 3 hours to charge and run for 6, 7 hours, right? But this is charged in 1 hour, is run for 23 hours. Isn't fastest charger we have? So 1 hour a day you're spending to do something for yourself, for well-being. No matter you're chanting, you're doing pranayam, you're doing meditation, you're doing walking, do something for your well-being every day for 1 hour. And you are good for 23 hours.
That's beautiful. That's, I mean,
Keep things
that's,
simple. Other things keep life simple.
yeah, it's so true. I mean, just taking that time, it makes such a difference. And I can say for myself, spending time with you and at your ashram and different teachers, by taking that time in the morning, I feel like I'm becoming a better person. Maybe we do it initially for the health benefits, or we do it to, I mean, I think I got into initially, like I said, power yoga, right? Like there was some good physical benefits. And then I noticed the calming of the mind. But then, connecting to something bigger than ourselves, and when we see just how it shows up in our interactions, and how I have more love for my mother. And so I appreciate you giving, it sounds like simple practices like cat, cow, and child's pose, but it goes so much deeper. So thank you for sharing that.
Work on until your chakras, energy system.
Beautiful. And we got time for one more question. Om Shakshi, welcome.
Om Sak.
Please let us know, where are you calling in from? Oh, we just get you back off of mute. There you go.
Hello, I'm in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Namaste.
Hey, we're right in the same area. Beautiful. Welcome.
Thank you. Namaste, Guruji. I was doing my meditation practice, and then all these thoughts were coming in, thinking, and then I'd be like, no, focus. And then more thoughts would come in, and I'd say, focus. And then I wondered, does this ever happen to Guruji? Does this stop after some time? Or is that just how meditation is sometimes? And you just have to keep going back to focus.
Yeah, thoughts is good to come. If the thoughts is not come, then it's problem. But now, which type of thoughts are coming? That's the problem. Thoughts are coming to make you crazy or make you stable. Yes, everybody has. Yes, I have all the time. So then I do some active breathing. Pranayam is just take you thoughtsless for a moment, and then all sattvic thoughts is come. You can't be just like, I don't want to think anything. You design to think. You're designed to think, but what you're thinking, that what is making you crazy, or what you're thinking is getting useful things. So don't worry for the thoughts is coming. That's okay. That's okay. But its problem is not to allow any negative thoughts. Negative thoughts will take you out, 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 out. Tamas or Rajas. Sattvic, you will remain in bliss. In bliss, in bliss. Yeah. Don't worry too much thoughts. If you worry, the all thoughts will just like dropping the rocks in the lake. More thoughts, more dropping the rocks in the, then more waves is coming in the lakes. You stop whatever waves is there, just being. And then it's become a rhythm of the thoughts. Rhythm of the thoughts. That's how the mantra system is work. Mantra system is to make one thought. Repeating the mantra, that is the one thoughts. One thoughts, one thoughts. And that also is get dropped. Just you become a Sakshi. That's why your name is Sakshi, means is witness instead of dropping.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful question. Om Shakshi, beautiful response, Vishvaji. Bliss, Ananda is our birthright. I remember you always saying that to us. Let's send some love, high vibes to Om Shakshi here in Cambridge, Massachusetts, representing. We have just one moment left. What do you think, Vishva? We got one more quick question from Jessica. Let's get Jessica on here. Last quick question. Jessica, it's so great to see you.
It is so wonderful to see you all. Thank you for having me. And I just have a real quick question. I'm trying to absorb as much as I can, and I feel sometimes like a wet sponge that can't pick up anymore. Do you have a single direction or a single point of focus that we can meditate on to clear our mind so we can absorb more?
Yes. It's very simple, but you have to follow that mantra. You promise?
I will. I promise.
Okay. Smiling. Every breath is going through your smile. Any breath is coming out from you is come with through the smile. That's your mantra. That can change everything in you.
Thank you.
You will not be reactive, you will be acting. Just one breath through the smile change the chemical in your brain, chemistry of the whole brain. One breath of the smile in and out can change the whole hormone system of this body. One breath, just one single breath. So just breathing with a smile, goes in, goes out. Any breath is coming out from you, it's coming out with a smile. That's your
Thank
mantra.
you.
Wow, beautiful. I can see that you really received that, Jessica. That was a beautiful, beautiful response. Let's send our love. Appreciate. Are you in Michigan?
Yes.
Yeah, we're sending our love, gratitude, bliss, smiling vibes to Jessica over in Michigan. It's so beautiful to see you again. What a response. That's it. I mean, I find myself here at school, Vishvaji, sometimes being overwhelmed or getting stressed. And I say to myself, if I'm not enjoying this, what is the point? And so I'm going to take that teaching that you just shared. I'm going to practice the mantra, the focus, my drishti on smiling and enjoying this. And that's really who you are and what you embody. So thank you for bringing that today.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Lots of blessings. And welcome to everyone to, if you have come to India, you're very welcome to visit to the Rishikesh Ashram or Sri Jangal Ashram.
Please do. Yes. Friends, thank you so much for being here. Wishing you an amazing rest of the day. We have another conference session in 1 hour with Shyamasundar Prabhu. But my friends, make it an amazing day, and we will see you very soon.
Namaste.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Bol.
Ciao.